dear students, myself Gangadhar Solanke and I welcome you all to the MC James virtual classroom.
My dear students, today in Standard 6th Geography, we will be learning the topic natural resources. So in this topic, we are going to talk about the concept of natural resources and how we people use resources to fulfill our needs. So here basically if we people go for the meaning of the word resource, then it is something that can be used for purpose, or generally we can say that number of things are there in our surrounding that we people use to fulfill our daily needs. So here in our textbook figure 8.1 is given, and in that you can see the pictures given in this figure. What you people have to do, observe and think about the pictures given in figure 8.1 and answer the following questions. So the questions are given, and by observing these pictures you have to answer these questions. Questions are very easy so that you can answer it. So first of all, here on the screen, what do you see in the pictures? Now in the pictures you can see animals, you can see plants, you can see many other things or anything else that you have to write, or you can discuss it with your family members or with your friends. What do you see in the pictures? Here I can see horse, then mango, flower, cotton, and this one octopus, this one is also. So you people just have to write down the names. Then how many of these animals or plants do you know? Just now I told you the names of these animals and plants. So first of all you just tell that how many of these animals or plants do you know, and which of these things have you seen in reality? Which of these things have you seen in reality? Now here horse is the general thing which you may have seen in reality, but I am not sure about the octopus जो reality में हमने कभी देखा होगा, and about all other plants and animals also you can say. Then the next one, have you ever used these things or seen them being used? Before that you just have to clear about the uses of these animals and of these plants. If you talk about this cotton, then what is the use of this? That you should know first, and then you can tell that if it is you have seen being used or not. Mango is the very common fruit which you may have seen. Then which of our needs do some of these fulfill? Now for example, again I'll go to the cotton, which is very common, which is useful to fulfill our need of clothes. Like that you people answer for all other animals and plants. And the last one, what probable use of the unused things can you think of? If in this picture there is any plant or animal which is unused, then what is the use of that? You have to say that. Now here on the screen you can see the earth. So we see many things on the earth, many things, number of things on the earth, including animals, air, oil, rocks, minerals, sun, soil, plants, gas, water. Now in plants, number of plants are there. If we talk about animals, number of animals are there. If we talk about minerals, then number of minerals are there. So number of things are there on the earth, and some of these are quite familiar to us because we use these things to fulfill our needs. For example, if we talk about the water, then we are very much familiar with the water. We can't imagine our life without water. But we do not necessarily use all of them which are available on the earth. We have learned to use some of the things that are available in nature, and in that the very common and the best example of that is water, because as I told you, we can't imagine our life without water. Uses of water, if we list, then it includes drinking, washing hands, brushing teeth, for bath, for cooking, for watering plants, and for many more things. So the natural things that man uses are called natural resources. The natural things that man uses are called natural resources. Now in this, number of things we can add in the natural things. जो भी नेचर में, जो भी अर्थ पे थिंग्स अवेलेबल है, जिन्हें हम यूज़ करते हैं हमारे नीड्स फुलफिल करने के लिए, ऐसी सारी चीज़ों को नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज कहा जाता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वाटर और एयर which is naturally available, and we use air for breathe. Same thing like water. We can't imagine our life without air because we need oxygen to live. So the things which are available in nature and we use all these things, such things are called natural resources. Man fulfills his needs using these natural resources, and in these natural resources on the screen you can see solar energy, water, wind, and not only this but air, water, soils, land, minerals, plants and animals are all natural resources, and most of the natural resources are limited in nature. Therefore they are invaluable, क्योंकि वो एक बार ख़त्म हो जाएंगे तो फिर से नहीं मिलेंगे. दैट इज़ वॉट इट इज़ लिमिटेड इन नेचर, और इसीलिए उनका वैल्यू बहुत ज़्यादा है. सम नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज विच आर लिमिटेड and therefore they are invaluable. For example, water or wood or the gas, natural gas which is available in the nature. So these are the limited resources, and that is why they are invaluable. We have to pay for these things. Now out of this, if we talk about air, which is such a resource that it is available in plenty, जो ख़त्म होने वाला नहीं है. But again there is one more twist in that, though the air is available in plenty, this resource never depletes, which means never exhaust, जिसे हम पूरी तरह से use नहीं कर सकते, which is always available in the nature. But the thing is, this resource never depletes, but its quality can be changed. Generally we use word fresh air. Fresh air is air without pollution. So quality is the thing which is very important when we talk about air. So this resource never depletes, but its quality can change due to pollution, and we need air for various purposes, right from breathing to burning. So it is very important to reduce the air pollution to get fresh air. Now in our textbook figure 8.2, we people just discussed about figure 8.1, in which we have plants and animals. Now in figure 8.2 to 8.13 give us an idea about how we use some of the natural resources. First of all, we just go through these pictures and then we'll discuss about the natural resources. So the first picture is here about agriculture, because of which we get our food. Then second one is of fishing. What you have to do while going through these pictures, you just observe these figures and then discuss them in the class. Nowadays we are not having class due to COVID-19. So, you people can discuss this with your family members, or if there is any friend of you nearby you. So, it is necessary that each of the things shown is considered, and for this use the following points. What points we have to consider? We will go for the first picture, agriculture. Now, which are the questions we have to talk about? What different activities are the individuals in the pictures engaged in? So, in this first picture, the individual which is doing work in agriculture. So, the man in the figure is plowing the land. What things will they obtain through these activities? Through these activities we get our food or crops, we can say. What are the animals in the pictures doing? So, here oxen, you can see animal. Then what is the use of the tall device? That is in the next picture. What is being loaded in the truck? That is also not this picture. Then this one is the second, fishing. Next to this, collection of honey. All these pictures are related with the natural resources. Then drawing water, gathering wood, mining. So, here the natural resource is mineral. In this natural resource is wood. In this natural resource is water. In this natural resource is honey. In this natural resource is fish. In this natural resource is land or soil. I will go for the next image. Next to the mining, we have a mason at work. Then the extraction of salt, then the collection of rubber latex, and gathering of resin from trees. So, these all the pictures are related with the activities in which we are fulfilling our needs by using natural resources. And the last one, figure 8.13, is of transportation by a pack animal. So, here we are using this animal for the transportation. And now in detail we are going to talk about the pictures. So, this one is the first picture which we saw, agriculture. In this, man is seen plowing the land. So, the farmer plows the soil layer and makes the land cultivable. After plowing, land become cultivable, and in this cultivable land he grows various crops, and by growing various crops, farmers not only fulfills his own but others' needs for food. The food which we get is directly or indirectly we are getting from the farmer, and for this purpose he uses the soil. So, soil is used all over the world, and therefore soil is a very important resource for agriculture. So, soil is one of the world's most important natural resources. Again, I am repeating the same thing. We can't imagine our life without soil, because the food which we are getting is grown in the soil. So, together with air and water, it is the basis for life on planet Earth. It has many important functions which are essential for life, but the basic thing is that for agriculture we need soil. Now, what about soil formation, how it forms? Soil formation mainly depends on the original rock, climate, organic components, slope of the land and time. So all these factors are very important in the formation of soil. For the formation of soil, it is very important to have original rock. उसके बाद क्लाइमेट किस तरह का है ये भी डिपेंड करता है कि किस टाइप की सॉइल बनती है. Then the organic components play very important role in the formation of soil. Then the slope of the land and the very important thing, time. ऐसा नहीं है कि हर साल में सॉइल बनती है. It takes a period of about 1000 years. Just think about this number. A period of about 1000 years may be required for development of a 2.5 centimeter thick layer of soil. Now you people just take your scale and see the measurement of 2.5 centimeter. तो आपको पता चलेगा कि एक 2.5 सेंटीमीटर का सॉइल का लेयर बनने के लिए हजारों साल लगते हैं. And you can see the types of soil here on the screen: chalky, peaty, sandy, clay, sleety, loamy. These are the types of the soil, but soil is very important. Natural resources, that is the thing which we have to keep in mind. Then the next picture which we saw was the fishing and drawing water, where a man catching fish and another drawing water from a well. So in these pictures, man is seen using the natural resource water for fulfilling his needs. So right from the time we get up in the morning, we keep on using water till we go to bed at night. And this shows how important water is as a natural resource. Water resources are sources of water that are useful or potentially useful to humans. Uses of water include agriculture, industrial, household, recreational and environmental activities, which means that we can't imagine any project or anything without water. Virtually all of these human uses require fresh water. So the entire living world depends on this resource. Water is an essential natural resource for sustaining life. This one is again very important. You people already studied in 5th standard CVS that life begins in the water only. Water forms 60% of our body weight. Water is a renewable and limiting resources. That is why it is valuable. About 3/4 of Earth's surface is occupied by oceans, which means we are not using that water for our daily needs. About 97% of the Earth's water is strong saline, which is of not use. The rest 3% is fresh water, and pure usable water on land is only 0.3%. And continuously the population of the world is increasing, and that's why we are facing the problem of water scarcity in the world, everywhere, in every part of the world. Now the next thing is about the forest. In figure 8.6, which shows some individuals collecting wood from the forest, so that the forest is also natural resource. Some people are shown collecting different items in the forest like honey, resin, which is used for making plastics or used for making durable castings or dops. Then rubber latex. In order to fulfill our needs, we collect various products from plants in nature. So forest is an area with a high density of trees, together with other plants covering a large area of land. Forests are home to 50% to 90% of Earth's species. So like water, it is very important to have forest for the animals because it's their home. जैसे हम अलग अलग तरह के घर, बिल्डिंग्स, बंगलो, फ्लैट्स बना के रहते हैं, वैसे बाकी सारे एनिमल्स जो है बहुत सारे 50% to 90% वो फॉरेस्ट में रहते हैं. These forests not only produce innumerable material goods but also provides several environmental services which are essential for life. And the products which we get from forest, we get several useful products from forests like wood, spices, gum, oils, honey, sealing wax, caoutchouc, fodder for animals, medicinal plants, etc. And according to that, there are various plants on land surface, and plants are broadly classified as grass, herbs, shrubs and trees. Here you can see tree, herb, shrub, climber and creeper. These are the types of the classification of plants. So the basic thing about the plants is that we are dependable on the plants. Man has successfully experimented with some grasses to obtain food grains, and this helped him to avoid painful wandering for gathering food. And about that, again I am repeating the same thing that you people have already learnt in the 5th standards EVS part 2. Man has successfully experimented. What he experimented in the past? With some grasses to obtain food grains, and that is how human being settled his life. This helped him to avoid painful wandering for gathering food. जैसे हमने वहाँ पर पढ़ा कि बाकी एनिमल्स की तरह ह्यूमन बींग्स को भी एक जगह से दूसरी जगह, दूसरी से तीसरी जगह जाना पड़ता था इन सर्च ऑफ फूड, लेकिन जैसे ही उसे इन सब चीज़ों के बारे में पता चला, हाउ टू ग्रो food crops, then he settled. That is what this helped him to avoid painful wandering for gathering food, and he began to live a settled life. The basins of the Hong-He, Sindhu, that is Indus, Nile and Euphrates are some of the areas where such settlements flourished in the past. You have studied this in standard 5th. So in the figure 8.15 you can see the settled human lives or the banks of the river where human life settled. Indus or Sindhu river, that is Harappan civilization. Then here the Euphrates. Then here near China, Hong-He, and here Nile river in the Egypt. So these are the rivers where the civilization started, settlement of human being started, and there only man started experimenting with number of things. How to use the resources, how to use the naturally available things for the use of human being. And now here, natural vegetation and wildlife. We obtain products like wood, rubber, resin, fruits and medicinal plants. Again the same thing, medicinal plants which play very important role in our daily life because it gives us medicinal benefits to cure our diseases, and in our country it is very important because we people are following the things which are available in forest as a medicinal use or medicinal treatment, for medicinal treatment. So if you consider the region from the equator to the poles as per the temperature zones, then we find the following types of natural vegetation, and about that we'll talk in detail in the second part of this topic. In the first part or in the today's part of this topic, we have discussed about the concept of natural resources or the definition of the natural resources, then how humans started using available natural resources for his own use or to fulfill his needs, and then by observing different pictures we discussed about the agriculture, about fishing, about collection of honey, about drawing water, about gathering wood, about mining, mason at work, extraction of salt, collection of rubber latex, gathering of resin from the trees. So in the next part of this topic, we'll talk about the remaining natural resources.
Please subscribe the channel and press bell icon to get notifications.
So my dear students, this is all for today. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, take care.